Hello and welcome to the top 10 best NXT matches ever. Cheers for all the support recently. Let's try hit 100 subscribers by the end of the month, and let's try to get this video to 3 likes. Let's get right onto the list. Number 10, Charlotte vs Natalya, NXT Women's Championship. This match was the final of the tournament after Paige has to vacate the title. It was a Ric Flair's daughter versus Jim the Anvil Neidhart's daughter, or well, some people put it Ric Flair versus Bret Hart. And Ric Flair, I believe, was in Charlotte's corner, and this is named, it probably is one of the best women's matches of the PG era and one of the best of all time. Number 9, Sami Zayn vs Tyson versus Adrian, Neville vs Tyler Breeze, NXT Takeover Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Championship. This Fatal 4-Way match was awesome, and you had someone like Sami Zayn, who everybody loved. You had Tyson Kidd, who was an amazing high flyer, who was starting to get over with the fans. Adrian Neville, who was an amazing high flyer. And Tyler Breeze, who was this very strong heel that all the fans just loved. And all 4 of the guys did exceptionally well. They had great chemistry together, and the match was just awesome. Number 8, Sami Zayn vs Kevin Owens, NXT Takeover Rival, NXT Championship. This match, most of the match, the reason it was good was because of the story. They were best friends, and then Sami Zayn finally won the NXT Championship. Kevin Owens came out and congratulated him, and then powerbombed him. And then the next month, Kevin Owens comes out and destroys him in this match, and he won by referee stoppage. So you can put in the story that Sami was never pinned; the match was stopped. Number 7, Finn Balor vs Adrian Neville, NXT Takeover Rival. Finn Balor had just won. Well, he just came back. Well, he just debuted. Sorry. And he was already over with the fans following his entrance with the war paint the previous month. Adrian Neville, of course, had just lost the NXT title, was trying to bounce back. He was still over as hell with the fans, and he still had an amazing high-flying ability, of course. And this was the finals of a tournament to see who would be non-contender, and it was a great match. We saw Finn Balor win. Number 6, Sasha Banks vs Bayley vs Becky Lynch vs Charlotte, NXT Takeover Rival, NXT Women's Championship. Probably the best match on that card. You wouldn't expect it as well. Sasha Banks and Bayley, they had feuded. Well, Bayley and Charlotte had feuded in the past. Sasha Banks and Becky, of course, were like a team, and it saw Becky them turn on each other, and it was cool. And the 4 of them had great chemistry, and it's one of the best Divas matches of all time. Well, not a Divas match, a women's wrestling match. Number 5, Finn Balor vs Kevin Owens, Beast in the East for the NXT Championship. Sorry, that pronunciation there. This was one of the few matches I actually managed to watch live. I was at the edge of my seat for Finn Balor. Finn Balor, as you may know, is my favourite guy. I love Finn Balor, he's cool. And seeing him win the NXT Championship in his, where he was made, Japan, where he started off his wrestling career, where he was so over with the fans, it was a really cool moment. Number 4, Sasha Banks vs Becky Lynch, NXT Takeover Unstoppable, NXT Women's Championship. You would be surprised if a main roster top 10 had 3 women's matches in it. And, well, with NXT, there is no surprise because the women's division is probably the best around. And Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch just proved that with this match at TakeOver Unstoppable for the Women's Championship. Of course, again, the story was that they were former partners and they betrayed each other in that Fatal 4-Way match. And they put up an amazing match here. But, spoiler, that's not the best women's match on this list. Number 3, Sami Zayn vs Cesaro, NXT Arrival 2014. Damn, this match was awesome. No championship on the line, just a straight up awesome match between the two. They had great chemistry, and Cesaro is always over with the hardcore fans. Sami Zayn is always over with the hardcore fans, and the crowd reaction just made the match all the better. But if it didn't have a crowd reaction anyway, the match would have still been probably at the same spot on the list because it was that good. Number 2, Sami Zayn vs Adrian Neville, NXT Takeover R Evolution NXT Championship. Finally, Sami Zayn won the NXT Championship, and it was a cool moment. They did the storyline where he was chasing it for months and months, and he finally won it, and he had that feel-good moment. And then in the end, you had Kevin Owens come out. They celebrated together because they're best friends, and then Kevin Owens powerbombed him and destroyed him, and it set up a great storyline and built up Kevin Owens, really. And number 1 is Bayley, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, NXT Women's Championship. I'm going to go as far as to say this is the best women's match of all time. I'm going to go as far as to say that. It was awesome. Great story going into it. You had, Sasha Banks making that entrance with the car. You had Sasha Banks diving over the referee onto Bayley. They used the steel steps in the Divas match. When does that ever happen? They barely do that in the men's matches, and they used it in a Divas match in NXT. You had Bayley doing the reverse Hurricane Rana, and they were taking bumps, and it was awesome. And It probably should have main evented the show, but the match after it was still pretty good. But yeah, that's number 1 for top 10 best NXT matches ever. So guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, be sure to smack the like button. Again, 3 likes would be cool. Also, big thanks to Tom Cushnie. Tom Cushnie watches my videos. That is mind-boggling. If you don't know who Tom Cushnie is, he's a WWE YouTuber. He has 51,000 subscribers, and the fact that he watches me is amazing. So cheers to you, Tom. I love you. But guys, I love all of you too. So thanks for watching. Goodbye, and as always, take care.